Every day, 350,000 to 400,000 people are crossing between JB, Singapore. The traffic is very high. That's why many Singaporeans, they want to rent in JB. Living in the capital city still holds strong identity. When purchase a property project from developer, there are 3 hidden costs many agents do not inform you. This part is very important. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sean here. This video, I'm going to talk about the biggest question from my investors, which is, should I invest into JB City Centre or KL City Centre? People always keep saying that, wow, so oversupply lah, so many launches, so many condo, property going to burst, going to bubble already. However, if you look at social media, people are still buying very crazy. And if you notice, the developer keep launching like there's no tomorrow. So what's actually happening now? Let's break it down. Firstly, let's talk about location. Johor Bahru or JB? JB booming is due to 3 major factors. Number 1, the upcoming RTS link. Every day, 350,000 to 400,000 people are crossing between JB, Singapore. It's like a whole city population moving in and out every day. The traffic is very high every day. The RTS link is expected to open end of 2026 Q4 or 2027 Q1. So upon it open, the travel time will greatly reduce from 1 hour to 6 minutes. However, the train fare has yet to be announced. So who will be benefited from this factor? Group number 1, Malaysian who working in Singapore. A single room in Singapore easily costs about 700 USD. But when it comes to JB, Johor Bahru, $700 is about 3,000 ringgit Malaysia. You actually can rent a 2-bedroom, fully furnished, full-fledged condominium with swimming pool and gym room. Second group, which is Singaporean who wants a second home or a holiday home. Because in Singapore, the lifestyle is so busy. Similarly, like Hong Kong, Tokyo, or Shanghai, the city life is so packed. That's why many Singaporeans, they want to rent in JB as a weekend home so that they treat JB as a quick escape that can maintain what is so-called the work-life balance. Group number 3, expatriate like China, European countries, or Japan, or from Korea, or they work as digital nomads. They actually prefer to live in Johor Bahru because of low living costs, and yet they can still work remotely from JB to Singapore. Maybe once a week, they travel to Singapore for a meeting. The rest of the day, they will spend their time in JB for their lifestyle. Factor number 2, Forest City Special Financial Zone. 10 years ago, Johor Bahru was overdeveloped. That's why you heard a lot of people saying like, oh, JB has a lot of ghost town, a lot of ghost city or ghost units. In September 2024, Johor Bahru has announced to revitalize the area, and this program offering a lot of incentive, for example, personal income tax incentive, corporate tax incentive, and set up a family office incentive is to attract foreign investor into this special financial zone. Factor number 3, Johor Singapore Special Economic Zone. In 5th January 2025, Malaysia and Singapore joined together to launch this program is to link 9 designated areas in JB and Singapore. It also offers some special tax rate, for example, some industry like green technology, healthcare, manufacturing, etc. So these 3 is the major factors why JB it keeps booming, and a lot of developer seize the opportunity and keep launching in surrounding of JB City Centre. Now let's move on to Kuala Lumpur. KL is very different compared to JB. I will break it into 3 key aspects. Number 1, being Malaysia capital city. Kuala Lumpur is the capital city of Malaysia. That's why investing in capital city always the most secure and safest investment. KL has everything, including corporate offices, international schools, universities, healthcare, shopping, and lifestyle. So far, I never heard of Zhuhai can overtake Guangzhou, or even Guangzhou overtaking of Shanghai. Same idea, living in the capital city still holds strong identity and also for long-term value. Point number 2, KL has very strong global presence. Malaysia has overtaken Thailand in terms of tourism, in terms of international tourist arrival. And KL is the most visited city in terms of tourism and business activity related. That's why short-term occupancy in KL compared to JB is far more higher and more demanding. In JB, so far do not have 5-star hotel. That's why JB is seen as a much affordable city compared to KL. KL is more like a travel and business hub. Point number 3, the economic role of KL. KL being the financial hub of Malaysia and also play a very important role in ASEAN. And KL economy is driven by many sectors, for example in professional services, finance and banking, healthcare, hotel and hospitality. Don't forget KL transportation network and KL international connectivity. It makes KL a very stable in terms of the property market in the region. So above 3 points, right, you can see JB has its advantage. KL has its advantage. So now I will dive deeper into minimum entry price for property. In terms of property buying, there are 2 categories. Number 1 is purchase from the developer. Number 2 is actually purchase from the secondary market, or we call it sub-sale unit. In JB, it actually has another 2 category. Number 1, if it's under special economic zone or in special financial zone, if you purchase from the developer, the minimum purchase price can be from 500,000, but it is depend on specific projects. Not all projects given this minimum threshold to purchase. Some project they offer minimum 600,000, some project they offer minimum 700 or 800,000. If it's from secondary market, it will be 1 million. The minimum entry price I am referring to high-rise condominium. Bear in mind, if let's say you as a foreigner, you have purchased a property in Johor for 600,000. If you want to sell to your friend as a foreigner, right, they cannot buy 800,000. They must buy above 1 million. Okay, the below 1 million option is only applicable to developer unit, okay, developer projects, which is under special economic zone or special financial zone. These two is a little bit tongue twisting. SEZ, SFZ, whereby for KL being a global city, the minimum entry price will be 1 million ringgit Malaysia. Alright, actually same as Johor, both is also 1 million ringgit Malaysia. However, let me to recap. In Johor, there is also SEZ, SFZ. You can purchase from 500,000 for certain projects. For area not in SFZ or XEZ, if you still maintain at 1 million. So when purchase a property project or a house from developer, there are actually 3 hidden costs many people do not know, or many agents do not inform you during the project presentation. All right, so this part is very, very important. Hidden cost number 1, which is the foreigner levy on property, or we call it foreigner consent fee. For JB, the foreigner consent fee, it has 2 categories as well. Remember, previously I've mentioned under SEZ and SFZ, you can purchase below 1 million ringgit, correct? If you purchase a property price in JB city center below 1 million, the levy will be 50,000 flat. If you purchase a project above a million, whether SEZ, SFZ or any condition or any zoning, the levy will be based on 3% from the purchase price. For example, if you purchase 1 million ringgit Malaysia, the levy will be in 30,000. However, if you purchase a 600,000, 700,000 property price, the levy will be flat 50,000. Okay, so this is actually the government encourage the foreigner. You are able to purchase below 1 million, you still have to pay higher on the levy fee. So you can judge on your own. Some projects in JB, they are also do absorb some of the levy. Whereby for KL, right, most project the levy is absorbed by the developer. However, there are still some processing fee is around 2,000 ringgit. Okay, so now do you have the picture? In JB, the levy is based on either below 1 million ringgit Malaysia, above 1 million ringgit Malaysia. Okay, 50,000 flat for below 1 million, 3% for above 1 million ringgit Malaysia. Okay, but some developer absorb portion of it. Whereby for KL, right? For KL, mostly developer absorb the levy. You still need to pay the processing fee is around 1 to 2,000 ringgit Malaysia only. So this is the first hidden cost. Foreigner levy on property, or we call it foreigner consent fee. Now, hidden fee number 2, which is the transfer of title. For this fee, right, it's not pay upon when you purchase. Foreigner levy is you have to pay upon you purchase. All right. For this part, transfer of title is upon completion, where the high-rise building it has a master title. It will be separated into individual title because it's a high-rise building condominium. There's a lot of owner. When transfer the title, foreigner will have to pay the stamp duty and legal fee for the transfer from master title to individual title. And the cost is around 4.5% of the purchase price. For example, you have purchased a condominium 2 million ringgit Malaysia. So upon completed, we call it the transfer of title. It will cost you around 90,000. So this is a hidden cost number 2 after completion. Now, hidden cost number 3, real property gain tax. In short, we call it RPGT. As mentioned, it's actually a profit gained from your property and the government will tax on the profit. For RBGT, I will upload the table here. As you see, first 5 years, the tax rate is on 30%. After year 5, year 6 onwards, it will be on 10%. In Malaysia, the RPGT is start from the date you sign the sales and purchase agreement or SPA. So there is a date in the sales and purchase agreement. We call it SPA date. For example, if you purchase a project from developer in 2025, however, the project completing in 2030. From now to 2030 still has another 4 years plus. After the project completed, 2 years later, you sell it, it will become 6 years onwards. Then the government only tax you on the 10% from the profit. For example, in 2025, you have purchased a property worth of 2 million ringgit Malaysia. In 2031, you want to sell your condominium at 2.5 million. So 2.5 million minus the 2 million, there is a profit of 500,000 ringgit Malaysia. 500,000 ringgit Malaysia, you multiply by a 10%, that means the RBGT, the tax is actually 50,000. So 50,000, there is also some deductible expenses, for example, legal fee, agent commission, etc. All right. So this is, we call it exit cost. So the hidden cost, when purchased, there is a foreigner levy. When completing, there is a transfer of title. When disposing or exit, there is a RBGT. If you are considering to invest any property in Malaysia, basically this is the 3 costs you need to consider. Because in Malaysia, there is no any inheritance tax. Okay. In conclusion, whether you are considering JB or KL, remember, beside the economic growth and location, you also need to take account into the buying cost and selling cost before you put your money into the property. You may comment below if you have experienced buying or selling property in Malaysia, no matter in KL, JB, or in Penang. Your story might help others who is also deciding either invest in KL or invest in JB. If you find this video useful, please do me a favor, click on the like button, subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell. Next video, I will be sharing the top 5 reasons why JB Singapore will not becoming Shenzhen Hong Kong. Your support means a lot to me and keeps me motivated to share more property insight about Malaysia market. Once again, thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.